As the COVID-19 pandemic is still plaguing the world, countries hosting large-scale events have always faced challenges in balancing personal mobility and pandemic control. With the 2022 Beijing Winter Olympics and the Paralympics about to kick off, guaranteeing the game's success and securing the general public's safety becomes imperative and tough. In light of this, the International Olympic Committee, the International Paralympic Committee, and the Beijing Organizing Committee for the 2022 Olympic and Paralympic Winter Games have jointly worked out some guidelines for all Games participants through several months of studies and discussions. If you are going to join this winter sports jamboree, there are several golden rules to be kept in mind. First, remember to get fully vaccinated at least 14 days before traveling to China. Otherwise, you will need to quarantine for 21 days upon arrival in Beijing. Well, there is no rule without exception. Athletes and team officials would be granted medical exemptions on a case-by-case basis based on medical reasons. The criteria for medical exceptions have been established by a joint panel of medical experts who will also examine their eligibilities rigorously. Then, remember to download the My 2022 smartphone application and upload your vaccination certificate to the health monitoring system within the app. The next rule is to test, trace, and isolate. To test means you need to take 2 COVID-19 tests on 2 separate days within 96 hours before boarding your direct flight to China. If all the results come negative, upload valid passport or other travel documents, Games accreditation or visa with an invitation letter from Beijing 2022, test results certificate of test taken within 72 hours of your departure flight to China from a provider approved by your Chinese embassy or consulate, test result of an IgM antibody test, approved application form signed and stamped by Beijing 2022 to this website, and you'll get the green health QR code after your Chinese embassy or consulate reviews these documents. Now, you're one step closer to the Games. But if any of these test results turn out to be positive, sorry to say, your trip to China will have to be cancelled, and your isolation is about to begin. To trace means you need to monitor and track your health every day from 14 days before you travel to China and 14 days after leaving China. Daily health monitoring and taking the COVID-19 test are essential throughout your sojourn in China. Upload your health information to My 2022 application day by day, which is also a comprehensive online platform with all Games-related information being provided. The third, also the most prominent rule, is the closed-loop system, encompassing a special management zone that includes Beijing, Zhangjiakou, and Yanqing, and that will be in effect after full vaccination or exemption, or following the compulsory 21-day quarantine upon arrival in China. You may wonder, what is a closed-loop system? It's a unique system that only allows insiders to move between permitted destinations, such as the Olympic and Paralympic villages, contracted hotels, venues, and other permitted places using the dedicated Games transport, thus ensuring there's no contact with the general public or anyone outside the loop. The fourth golden rule is to minimize physical interaction at all times. Wear face masks. Try to avoid handshakes and hugs. Keep physical distancing and avoid enclosed spaces or crowds if possible. When you can't help cheering for the athletes, clap instead of shouting or singing, because the virus is easily transmitted through liquid particles. Another is to think hygiene. Regularly and thoroughly clean your hands. Sterilize your surfaces. Avoid touching your face. Ventilate regularly to maintain good indoor airflow. Well, if you're still not so sure about those contents above, there's someone who will lend you tremendous support. Your COVID-19 liaison officers, nominated by organizations taking part in the Games. If you have any concerns, please feel free to contact them. This constitutes the last golden rule. Will events be cancelled if athletes test positive for COVID-19? If so, that would be tragic for those who've trained for a lifetime. The good news is that according to the joint policy, the event will not be cancelled with principles in place, a humane way to manage it. The 2022 Beijing Olympics and Paralympic Winter Games is the first large-scale international sports event hosted by China since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic. With high expectations from the international community, China has committed to bringing the world a safe and successful Games. Although the 2022 Beijing Olympics and Paralympics countermeasures are strict, they're not rigid. Being science-based, they have balanced competition and security very well. Wish all athletes achieve good results, and let's look forward to the great success of Beijing 2022.